I moved. Again. As you can see, there's still a bunch of stuff to put away. This is kind of the staging area. Most of the rest of the house has been unpacked and put away and organized and stuff. This is just kind of the last of it. We're in my office, so I don't need all this space right now, so it's fine that it's all kind of just like hanging out here till we get to it. But yeah, I have an office again. That's cool. We're back in the Bay Area, the South Bay to be specific, and I'm digging it. I'm definitely happy and excited to be back here, and we got a lot of stuff to do. But I think I want to get some coffee first. If you've been following the channel, you'll have noticed that I said I would put out a spring favorites video, and I didn't do that, mostly because I was really busy with my lab, and I thought, while I'm making this update video, I can kind of roll in some of my spring favorites while I'm here. The first thing I want to talk about are these pants. They're from Bronson. Bronson is a Chinese manufacturer who specializes in like army surplus Americana kind of clothing, and they do really faithful reproductions of a lot of like older designs. These are specifically Vietnam era army fatigues, and they're super comfortable. They've got this bigger fit. They go with kind of everything. I wear them a lot higher than I would like modern pants, because that's kind of where these sat, at your waist, not down at your hips. And I think they're a really cool look. The Iron Snail, which is a YouTube channel I will talk about a little bit later, they just recently put out a video talking about Bronson and their clothing, and he actually wears these pants in that video. I thought that was super interesting. If you are interested in that style of clothing, you should definitely check out Bronson. The second thing I want to talk about is these Uniqlo linen shirts. Now, I never was really a linen shirt guy. I always thought that if you put a linen shirt on, you just become vacation uncle. And I never really thought it was a look I liked. But these from Uniqlo are a little bit different. I feel like they fit really well. They're super comfortable. I was really loving them when I was in LA and it was super hot. But even here, when the temperature is a little bit more cool, they're still a really, really comfortable shirt. I got two, one in navy, one in green in the short sleeve. And then there's a long sleeve shirt, like overshirt version that they made very briefly. I got one and I really, really love it, but they literally discontinued them, I don't know, like a month after they brought them out, and they don't have them anymore. So I'm really glad that I got the one. It has pockets, which is cool. And I think it's a really cool layering piece, and it's something cool to wear if you want to wear something over like a t-shirt but don't want to wear a jacket. You just want to have like an extra layer. I really love it for that. The last thing I want to talk about are these Converse 70s high tops. They are the Converse All-Star high tops, but they are the 70s version, which is like a more robust canvas, a more comfortable footbed. They kind of have a little bit of a different look, and the patch is not printed on. It's actually a leather patch that's sewn on, so it's kind of like a throwback to the originals. I like them. I think they're more comfortable. I think they go with everything. I really like wearing these, and I've been wearing the crap out of them since I got them a couple of months ago. If I'm not wearing Birkenstocks, which I have been wearing quite a bit, I'm wearing these bad boys, and I will be wearing these well into fall, probably into winter, basically until they disintegrate. Now, I normally talk about photo books, and I have gotten a few new photo books since the last time I did a video, but I want to do something a little bit different. I haven't been that big of a reader the last couple of years. I've kind of just like not really picked up anything new or interesting and like really read a book. I picked this book up. I've had this for a long time. I bought it, I think, when it first came out, but this is The Nasty Bits by Anthony Bourdain. It's the follow-up to Kitchen Confidential. I've read Kitchen Confidential like everybody else, loved it like everyone else, and then when this came out, I was very interested to see, what a follow-up by Anthony Bourdain would look like. What I found in this book is it's a little more introspective. It's not as grisly and gonzo as Kitchen Confidential was, but it's kind of a more intimate look at his perspective. It's just a great book. This isn't like some cool new book I discovered that like no one's heard of. I think most people who are aware of Anthony Bourdain, or who at least are a fan, have read this book, or at least Kitchen Confidential. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. It's really good. Guys, I can read. Now this is a little bit different. I wanted to talk about YouTube videos for a second because I get most of my entertainment in my downtime from YouTube. And lately I've kind of shied away from the photography side of things. Not that I don't care about it, I do. And I have a lot of friends on YouTube and I really enjoy their content, but I haven't really been feeling the film content lately. I feel like the genre is a little stale in my opinion, not saying that that's the truth, just saying that's how I feel about it. You will have noticed possibly that I'm wearing a very specific t-shirt that says Speed Co on it, and then this hat that says cool. On the back, it says Speed as well. This is a YouTube channel made by James Pumphrey, formerly of Donut Media. If you like cars and modding cars and fixing cars and cars in general, you are aware of Donut Media. They're a huge YouTube channel that have millions of subscribers. In 2020, during the beginning of the pandemic, I discovered Donut around the time James was getting popular, and his series Up to Speed was one of my favorite shows on a YouTube channel of all time. I loved his humor. I loved the information that he provided. I loved the way it was shot and the way it was edited. It was such a fun show. He also had Bumper to Bumper, and there were a bunch of other shows like Science Garage. Unfortunately, Donut got really popular, and so an investment firm or some other private equity firm came in and bought the company and then started to kind of like impart their will onto the creatives. A lot of the presenters who were there decided to leave. James went and started Speed, this channel here, and then Jeremiah and Zach, who are also presenters on Donut, left and they started their own channel called Big Time, which is another great YouTube channel. I like Speed because James is a really interesting person. He decided to make a YouTube channel that focused on not just car stuff, but like the culture around car culture, which encompasses like fashion, photography, like design, all sorts of really cool stuff that he wants to talk about. And he does it in a really great way. He brings elements of the original Up to Speed into this new channel, but like amplifies it in his own way, which is really cool. The other channel I wanted to talk about was the Iron Snail. I mentioned the Iron Snail a little bit ago when I was talking about the pants that I was wearing because he made a video about Bronson, the company that makes these pants. His expertise is like denim, heritage wear, shoes, boots, all sorts of like menswear stuff. But it's not just menswear, it's also kind of fashion and garments and textiles on a whole, and in a very, very interesting way. I think his channel is shot and put together in a very good, engaging, and interesting way. Super educational, very funny, and it really helped me kind of hone in on some style elements I really wanted to like embody. I wanted to do a little bit better with how I dressed and how I presented myself, and I think that his channel helped me a lot. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you should check that out as well. Again, he doesn't need my help, but if you are familiar with my channel but not with that channel, I recommend checking that channel out. The more I kind of think about it and the more I kind of just create when I want to, it just makes more sense to me to simplify things and to have stuff around, specifically cameras that I know really well, that I know can do the job, and I don't need to really think about it. And this camera is that. It came out in 2016. The autofocus still works really well. The colors are still fantastic. I shoot JPEG out of this a lot because I really, really like the way the colors look. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a couple of things I could improve on this camera, but not enough to materially change the way I feel about it or make me want to get like a different camera. The only other digital camera I could think of that I might want to be interested in checking out potentially would be like a GFX. And even then, I think that's a little overkill for most of the things I do. I just don't think they make them like they used to. I think it's the same thing for cars. I think it's cameras, a lot of other consumer electronics. This has been like my #1 camera since I got it, and I've really been creating a lot with it recently. So in the last couple months where I haven't been uploading videos, I've been shooting a lot with this. So here's some of the stuff I've been shooting with the old X Pro 2. figured I should bring up film at least once because, you know, this originally was a film YouTube channel, and you know, I know what you guys like. So over the years, people have been trying to convince me that Portrait 400 is the best, and I've been resisting it for a long time because I often don't want to take the beaten path. I want to like try something different. I want to be a little bit new. And, you know, I was really into Ektar, and I was really into other films, and it's just time that I admit that after trying to be unique and trying to go against the grain, that my favorite film actually really is Portrait. Yeah, scammer gets scammed. It's Gold 200. It's always going to be Gold 200. You know why? Because it's good. Out of the box. You shoot your film, you take it to get processed, you look at the scans, you don't have to do anything. They're done. It's done. It looks amazing. It looks incredible. Kodak color. You can't get mad at it. It's so good. Portrait 400 is great. It has its uses. It's obviously an incredible film because millions of professionals use it all the time for great results, you know? It's awesome, but you need to edit it. You got to get in there. You got to make it your own. Gold 200, out of the box, it's good. You can shoot it at 200 box speed. You can shoot it at 100, which I do pretty often. You can shoot it at 400, which I also do often. And it looks good no matter what. And, you know, a lot of people are going to push back on this, but this film just looks good. You don't have to edit it. And if you do, it's minimal. And I'm going to stand by that. This is the film that I am reaching for 90% of the time when I'm shooting, especially in medium format. And it's going to be my favorite film going forward. It was my favorite film in fall. It was in the winter and the spring, summer coming up, fall again. It comes full circle, okay? Seasons, all right? The moon, lunar eclipses, the equinox, paganism. I don't know. Gold 200. Talk about film, you happy? Okay, that is going to be it for this episode. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's cmsturm. I'll leave that in the description. If you want to follow my film lab, that's the photo department on Instagram as well. And if you live in LA and you want a film lab that's going to prioritize processing and scanning quality over everything else, you should check out my lab, the photo department. You can go straight to Eagle Rock Camera, make an order there, and then drop it off for scanning and processing, or you can make an order online and drop it off at Eagle Rock Camera later. It's super easy. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. Yeah, I am very appreciative of everybody for coming and hanging out with me today. I will see you guys soon, hopefully.